So a couple weeks ago, I talked a little bit about being in a conundrum of whether I spend the time that I have and the energy that I have towards mastering one thing or trying to focus on doing multiple projects at once. And something that's kind of interesting and that struck me was I went playing golfing a, a bit ago and I sucked. And that makes sense. This is probably my first time, maybe second time, just kind of hitting the golf club around, and I was terrible. I sucked. And my first inclination was, all right, I'm going to go ahead and practice every single day, and I'm going to get really good at golfing. And the next time I go out with my friends to play golf, I'll be a lot better and I'll actually be able to keep up with the people that are decently good at golf. And then I kind of held myself back. And it was because of the reflection I put up a couple weeks ago. And I think I have a better understanding of what those books are trying to say. I think trying to master everything that we aren't good at is what's not worth it. I think focusing on the projects that matter to us, the projects that you think will move us forward, those are what we need to spend our time mastering and focusing and working on, as opposed to spending the very limited time and energy that we have trying to get good at everything. The other thing is, I have a group of friends that play Magic the Gathering, and I got invited to play with them, and I sucked. I was absolutely terrible, and I felt really bad about it. I tend to be really good at the things that I do, and the things that I'm not really good at, I spend a lot of time. I practice. I get really good at them, and the same principle applies there, right? If I focus my time being really good at golf or Magic the Gathering, sure, that's a good skill to have, but it's not necessarily the skill that helps me move forward in the areas that I want to move forward in, right? If you talk about like where I want to be as a person, I don't think that those two items would necessarily be worth spending a lot of time on. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm not going to play the game or I'm not going to practice, but at the same time, they're meant to be fun and they're not meant to be work. And sure, practicing something that I'm really passionate about, something that I really want to move forward in life with, is great, but I can't do that with everything. And I think ultimately that is what those books are trying to say, right? Especially something like Essentialism, where it's like focus on the things that matter and remove all the distractions. And I think that is what the essence of it is, right? For lack of better terms. I think being a better speaker and practicing that is something that matters to me a lot. Being really good at my job and being a good programmer is something that matters to me a lot. But being a good golfer is not something that to me matters as much. And so I think therefore I shouldn't really be spending a whole lot of time. I'll go out, I'll play with friends. If I suck, I suck. That's, fine. It won't feel good, but it's also about where you invest that time in, right? It's almost like an investment opportunity. So I think I'm very happy that I think I have a little bit of a better understanding, but we will see.